What if extinction isn't forever? We usually think of it as a final, irreversible verdict. A door slamming shut for good. But deep in the jungles of New Guinea, in a place that time seems to have forgotten, a creature lost to science for over 60 years has just been found alive. It's a ghost from a lost world, a survivor that defies all expectations. But its miraculous story of survival is now overshadowed by a terrifying new paradox. The very discovery that confirms its existence could be the thing that pushes it back into the abyss, this time for good. This is the story of an animal that really shouldn't be here, and a discovery that could seal its fate. So, to get why this is such a huge deal, you first have to understand the animal itself. It's called Attenborough's long-beaked echidna, named for the legendary naturalist Sir David Attenborough. And it is truly, deeply weird. Picture a creature with the spines of a hedgehog, the snout of an anteater, and the feet of a mole. Its name, echidna, even comes from a creature in Greek mythology that was half woman, half serpent, a nod to its strange, jumbled-up appearance. But the strangest thing about the echidna isn't how it looks. It's what it is. This animal is a monotreme, an ancient group of egg-laying mammals that represents one of the earliest branches on the mammal family tree. They split off from the rest of us somewhere around 200 million years ago, evolving on a completely separate path. Today, only 5 monotreme species are left on the entire planet: the platypus and 4 species of echidna. These 5 are the sole guardians of a 200 million-year-old evolutionary history. Losing even one is like ripping out an entire chapter of life's story. Attenborough's long-beaked echidna was always the most mysterious of them all. For decades, its only proof of existence was a single, damaged specimen collected by a Dutch botanist back in 1961, in the remote Cyclops Mountains of Indonesia's Papua province. And that was it. For more than half a century, not a single one was officially recorded again. It wasn't declared extinct, but it was listed as critically endangered and became a kind of ghost species, a scientific enigma that many feared had vanished not long after it was discovered. The Cyclops Mountains, the only place it has ever been known to live, are a brutal, unforgiving environment. For an animal to survive there, unseen, for so long seemed almost impossible. Finding this lost creature became a modern-day quest for a biological holy grail. It was even on the list of the world's most wanted lost species, but actually searching for it, that's a monumental challenge. The Cyclops Mountains are a vertical world of deep ravines, thick jungle, and razor-sharp limestone. The air is thick with humidity, the ground is a maze of roots and mud, and the forests are crawling with venomous snakes and disease-carrying insects. In 2023, a team of scientists from the University of Oxford, led by biologist Dr. James Kempton, decided to take on the impossible. Their mission, dubbed Expedition Cyclops, was the result of over 3 years of planning. They knew success didn't just depend on science, but on trust. They spent years building a relationship with the local Yongsu Sapari community, who consider the mountains sacred and were the key to navigating their treacherous paths. The echidna itself is woven into their culture. There's a tradition that to resolve a conflict, one party is sent to the mountains to find an echidna, and the other to the ocean to find a marlin. The search is considered so difficult that by the time the animals are found, which could take years, the original conflict is meant to be forgotten, and harmony restored. Guided by local knowledge, the team began a grueling 4-week expedition. They endured earthquakes, torrential rain, and a constant onslaught of leeches, one of which had to be surgically removed from a team member's eyeball. They climbed more than 11,000 meters of treacherous terrain, the equivalent of summiting Mount Everest, to set up over 80 remote trail cameras, hoping to catch a flicker of the ghost. Week after week, they checked the cameras. They found dozens of potentially new insect and frog species, and even what might be a completely new genus of shrimp that lives in trees. But of the echidna, there was nothing. The forest was holding onto its secret. As the expedition drew to a close, hope started to fade. It seemed they had pushed themselves to the absolute limit for nothing. The ghost of the Cyclops Mountains was going to stay a ghost. The expedition was over. The team had come down from the mountains, exhausted and pretty dejected. All that was left was to go through the last batch of memory cards from the final cameras they collected. It was the very last day, the final task of a journey that had pushed him to their limits. Dr. Kempton started clicking through the images. Hours of footage showed nothing but leaves rustling and the odd insect crawling past. He was on the very last SD card, from the very last camera. And then, it happened. A small, spiny creature shuffled into the frame. With the spines of a hedgehog and that long, delicate snout, it ambled through the undergrowth, completely oblivious to the history it was making. It was him. Attenborough's long-beaked echidna. Alive. Kempton described the moment as pure euphoria and relief. He shouted to his colleagues, we found it, and ran from his desk to hug them. After 62 years of silence, after being lost to science, here was the first ever video footage, the first definitive proof that this impossible animal was still clinging to existence. It was just a single, 4-second clip, a tiny flicker of movement in the vast forest, but it was enough. The ghost was real. The rediscovery of Attenborough's long-beaked echidna is an incredible moment of hope. It's a reminder that our planet can still hold profound surprises and that some animals are far more resilient than we can imagine. But this story isn't over. If you believe we have a responsibility to protect these unique branches of the tree of life, hit that subscribe button and join our community. We explore these incredible stories of survival and conservation every week, and by subscribing, you help support the conversation around protecting our planet's most vulnerable creatures. The thrill of rediscovery, however, has been quickly followed by a chilling realization. The animal has been saved from being lost, but now it faces a new, more tangible danger, the threat that comes with being found. The echidna is classified as critically endangered. Its entire known population lives in a tiny, isolated habitat within the Cyclops Mountains. This is the paradox of modern conservation. The same global attention that celebrates this rediscovery also puts a target on the animal's back. The main threats have always been habitat loss from logging and agriculture, and hunting. Locally, the animal is considered a delicacy and is still hunted with trained dogs. Now, this rediscovery adds a new layer of risk. The story has gone global, and with that fame comes intensified interest. It could inspire more unsanctioned expeditions, increased human traffic in a fragile and sacred environment, and potentially attract poachers looking for a rare prize. The animal's legal protection status under Indonesian law is considered inadequate, making it incredibly vulnerable. The very scientists who dedicated years to proving the echidna's existence now live in fear that this newfound fame could actually accelerate its extinction. It's a conservation nightmare. To save a species, you must first find it. But in finding it, you might just expose it to the very forces that will destroy it. The act of discovery has painted a bullseye on one of the rarest and most evolutionarily distinct mammals on Earth. The story of Attenborough's long-beaked echidna is a powerful lesson. It's a tale of hope, a testament to the sheer tenacity of life. It proves that the wild corners of our world still hold secrets worth fighting for. But it's also a stark warning. This rediscovery isn't a happy ending, it's a desperate call to action. The survival of this 200-million-year-old lineage now rests on a knife's edge. The science team, along with local conservation groups like YAPPENDA, are now working to establish long-term monitoring and protection for the species, hoping to turn this discovery into a catalyst for conserving the entire Cyclops Mountain ecosystem. The fate of this animal that shouldn't be alive now depends entirely on us. Its survival through 62 years of silence was a miracle. Ensuring its survival for the next 62 will require a deliberate, sustained act of will. The question this discovery leaves us with is a heavy one. Did we find this species just in time to save it, or did we find it just in time to watch it disappear forever? Let me know what you think in the comments below.